Okay, let's go to the first question. Refer to the exhibit. Which route will be selected when trying to reach 10.20.30.254? Okay, let's find out the correct answer. Okay, let's go to the next question. Which NAT methods translate the source IP addresses in a packet to another IP address? Okay, let's go to the question number 3. An administrator needs to inspect all web traffic, including internet web traffic, coming from users connecting to the SSL VPN. How can this be achieved? Okay, let's go to the next question. Based on the system performance output, which two results are correct? Choose 2. Okay, let's go to the next question. Which two IP pools types are useful for carrier-grade NAT deployments? Hello everyone. Welcome to 591 Lab. Today we are discussing few sample questions about FortiGate Security Professional, FortiGate Administrator, version 7.4. Okay, before moving to the questions, let me explain about 591 Lab. We are the top IT training and certification exam brand in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan and Singapore. Our mission at 591 Lab is to provide our client with the exceptional exam preparation experience for certification in Cisco, Huawei, Aruba, Juniper, Palo Alto and Fortinet exam tracks. Okay, let's check our agenda today. Today we are discussing static routing, source NAT, SSL VPN split tunnel, FortiGate conserve mode, carrier grade NAT, HSSN pickup, redundant IPsec, IPsec dialup user. Okay, let's go to the first question. Refer to the exhibit. Which route will be selected when trying to reach 10.20.30.254? Okay, let's find out the correct answer. Okay, when you look at the routing table clearly, you can see there are two static routes towards 10.20.30.0 network. The left side S means it is static route. Okay, when we select first static route 10.20.30.0/26, that means it's going up to 10.20.30.1 to 10.20.30.62. That means last usable IP address is 62. Okay, when we check the second static route, it is /24 network. It is starting from 10.20.30.1 to 10.20.30.254. Okay, hope you can now understand what is the correct answer. The question is which route will be selected when trying to reach 10.20.30.254. Yeah. So when reaching to this network, you have to select second static route, that means 10.20.30.0/24 network, which is connected to the port number 3 and the gateway is 172.20.167.254 network. Okay, let's find out the correct answer from this question. Answer A, 10.20.30.0/24 and the port number 3. Okay, this answer is correct. Let's move into the answer B, 10.30.20./24. No, this one is incorrect. Answer C, 10.20.30.0/26. No, as you show that /26 unable to reach this given IP. This last one, answer D, 0.0.0.0/0, that means default routes towards the gateway 172.20.1 21.2 port number 1. No. The correct answer we can select answer A, which is connected to the port number 3. Okay, let's go to the next question. Which NAT methods translate the source IP addresses in a packet to another IP address? Okay, there are 4 answers. First one DNAT, second one SNAT, third one VIP, virtual IP, last one IP pool. Okay, let's find out the correct answer. SourceNet. Source network address translation is method to use networking to modify the source address of packet as they pass through the router or firewall. This is often used hide the internal IP addresses, conserve IP addresses, as well as enable the internet access. Okay, let's log into the FortiGate and understand how to configure SourceNet. First, log into the FortiGate web interface, then navigate to the policy and object section and create a new policy and configure the policy settings. First, enter the name for your policy. Select the incoming interface that you need to choose the interface where the traffic will originate, typically your LAN. Then select outgoing interface. You should select the interface that connects to the destination network, usually your WAN connection, and the source IP address or group. Then select destination address. When you access internet, you can select all, and the services. I am selecting all. Then scroll down to the NAT section and checkbox to enable NAT. And here you have 2 options. Choose use outgoing interface address to use the IP address of the outgoing interface for NAT. And the second option, you can select the use dynamic IP pool and pick a pre-configured IP pool if you need specific IP addresses for NAT. That will translate your source IP addresses into outgoing interface addresses or IP address pool. You can verify the NAT translation by navigating to traffic logs, go to the log and reports, then come to forward traffic. You can filter logs by source IP address, internal network, and check if the log shows translated external IP addresses. Now you can understand what is the correct answer for this question. The question is, which NAT methods translate the source IP addresses in packet to the another IP address? The answer A, DNAT. No, this answer is incorrect. Answer B, SNAT, that means source NAT. Yes, you know that this answer is correct. Answer C, VIP, virtual IP. No, this one also incorrect. Answer D, IP pool. No, this also incorrect. The correct answer is answer B, source NAT. Okay, let's go to the question number 3. An administrator needs to inspect all web traffic, including internet web traffic, coming from users connecting to the SSL VPN. How can this be achieved? Okay, there are 4 answers. Answer A, assign public IP addresses to SSL VPN users. Answer B, configuring web bookmarks. Answer C, disabling split tunneling. Answer D, using web-only mode. Okay, let's find out the correct answer. To find out the correct answer, you need to understand first what is SSL VPN, then what is split tunneling. Okay, the SSL VPN means the Secure Socket Layer Virtual Private Network. It's a type of VPN that users use the SSL protocol to establish secure tunnel and encrypted connection between users' devices and VPN server over the internet. This allows remote users to access private network securely from anywhere with the internet connection. Hope you can understand what is SSL VPN. It's a secure method to access remote services over the internet. When you see the diagram, you can understand simply the remote user connecting using Forti client with secure SSL VPN to FortiGate. After user connected to the FortiGate, then user can access internal network. Okay. Then let's understand what is SSL VPN with the split tunneling. It is simply you can understand it's a feature in the VPN configuration where the traffic is divided into two categories. The first one is traffic that goes through the VPN tunnel, and the second one is traffic that bypass the VPN tunnel. Simply you can understand when you install FortiClient and when you connect FortiClient, you can directly go to the internet access using your computer with the direct internet access, and the internet traffic not go through the FortiGate, it's go through your laptop direct internet connection. But assume that you want to inspect all the web traffic and see what are the traffic you accessing, what are the website you accessing, you need to inspect. You have to go through the internet access also with the FortiGate. Then you have to disable split tunneling. That means the internet traffic also go through the SSL VPN tunnel towards to the FortiGate, and the FortiGate route to your internal access routing towards to the internal network, and the internet traffic towards to the internet. And when you enable split tunneling, your internet traffic routing go through your direct internet connection, and the internal access routing go through your SSL VPN tunnel. Okay, let's open the FortiGate 7.4 Administrator Study Guide. In the page number 274, you can see here all the details related to split tunneling with the SSL VPN configuration. And here mentioned that when split tunnel disable, all traffic route through an SSL VPN tunnel to remote FortiGate, then to the destination. This include internet traffic. And also egress firewall policy is required. That means you have to configure firewall policy towards to the internet and internal network. Also traffic inspection and security feature can be applied. When enabled, only traffic destined for the private network is routed through the remote FortiGate. Internet traffic uses the local gateway, conserves bandwidth and alternative bottlenecks. There is no traffic inspection by FortiGate. Hope you can now understand what is the difference between split tunneling when enable and disabling. Okay, let's log into the FortiGate and understand how to enable split tunneling in SSL VPN configuration. When you log into the FortiGate, you should come to VPN section. Under the VPN section, you have to configure all the SSL VPN settings here. After you done the configuration, you should come to the SSL VPN portals. The portal you have to select full access or tunnel access based on your configuration. When you go to the portal access, you can see here you can enable tunnel mode. Under the tunnel mode, you can see split tunneling option, disabling, enabling. When disable, all traffic will be direct over the SSL VPN tunnel. When enable, only client traffic which is destination match the destination of the configure firewall policy will be directed to the SSL VPN tunnel. Okay, hope you now understand what is the difference between split tunneling, disabling and enabling option. Okay, let's go back to the question and find out the correct answer for this. The question is, an administrator needs to inspect all web traffic, including internet web traffic coming from users connecting to SSL VPN. How can this be achieved? Answer A. Assign public IP addresses to SSL VPN users. No, this answer is incorrect. Answer B. Configuring web bookmarks. No, this answer also incorrect. Answer C. Disabling split tunneling. Yes, this answer is correct. Answer D. Using web only mode. No, the correct answer is answer C. As you have learned, disabling split tunneling can be monitor all internet web traffic through FortiGate. Okay, let's go to the next question. Based on the system performance output, which two results are correct? Choose two. Okay, there are two images. The first one, exhibit A, result of the get system performance status, and the exhibit B, config system global output. It has configured set memory use threshold red 88 and set memory use threshold extreme 95%, set memory use threshold green 82%. Okay, the given answers are: answer A, FortiGate will start sending all files to FortiSandbox for inspection. Answer B, FortiGate has entered conserve mode. Answer C, administrator cannot change the configuration. Answer D, administrator can access FortiGate only through the console port. Okay, let's find out what is the correct answer. Okay, let's open the FortiGate 7.4 administrator study guide, page number 459. And you can see here, memory conserve mode. FortiOS protect itself with memory usage is high. Okay, in here you can see that there are three thresholds: green, red and extreme. The green threshold mean threshold at which FortiGate exits conserve mode, and the red mean threshold at which FortiGate enter conserve mode. The extreme mean FortiGate at which new session are dropped. And you can see here further details. If memory usage become too high, FortiGate may enter to a memory conserve mode. While FortiGate is in memory conserve mode, it must take action to prevent memory usage from increasing, which could cause to the system to become unstable and inaccessible. Memory conserve mode is never a desirable state because it impacts to the user traffic. Three different configurable thresholds define when FortiGate enter and exits conserve mode. If memory usage goes above the percentage of the total RAM defined as the red threshold, FortiGate enters conserve mode. The action that the device takes depends on the device configuration. If memory usage keeps increasing, it might exceed the extreme threshold. While memory usage is above this highest threshold, all new sessions are drops. The third configuration setting in the green threshold, if memory usage goes below this threshold, FortiGate exit conserve mode. Okay, hope you can understand what is the difference between given threshold, green, red and extreme. Okay, let's log into the FortiGate and understand how to configure conserve mode threshold and understand this. When you log into the FortiGate, you can check the current memory status from the status dashboard, as well as log into the CLI, type this command. You can verify the current memory usage. The command is get system performance status. You can see here, this is the current bandwidth memory usage of this firewall. Okay, let's understand how to configure memory threshold. In the CLI section, type config system global. Then you can type show command and check the current default configuration of the memory threshold. You can type show full, then press enter and go down. You can see here default configuration is set memory usage threshold extreme 95%, green 82%, the red is 88%. Okay, let's go back to the question and check the exhibit A. You can see here get system performance status is memory usage shows 90%. That means FortiGate has entered the conserve mode because the red threshold is 88%. For passing the 88% means it entered the conserve mode because the exhibit A shows the 90%. But it didn't pass extreme threshold. Extreme threshold is 95%. Let's understand what will happen if red threshold pass this firewall. In the FortiGate 7.4 Administrator Study Guide, page number 460, you can see here what happened during conserve mode. The first point you can see here, system configuration cannot be changed. That means FortiGate does not accept configuration changes because they might increase memory usage. Okay, let's go back to the question and find out the correct answer. Answer A, FortiGate will start sending all files to FortiSandbox for inspection. No, this one is incorrect. Answer B, FortiGate has entered conserve mode. Yes, this one is correct because red threshold passed the FortiGate. Answer C, administrator cannot change the configuration. Yes, this answer also correct. Answer D, administrator can access FortiGate only through the console port. No, the correct answer is answer B and C. Okay, let's go to the next question. Which two IP pools types are useful for carrier grade net deployments? Answer A, port block allocation. Answer B, fixed port range. Answer C, 1-to-1. Answer D, overload. Okay, let's find out the correct answer. Okay, let's open FortiGate 7.4 Administrator Study Guide, page number 57. You can see here there are 4 types of IP pools. You can see overload, 1-to-1, fixed port range and port block allocation. And you can see here the full details of the IP pools. IP pools allow sessions leaving the FortiGate firewall to use NAT. An IP pool defines a single IP addresses or range of IP addresses to be used as the source address for the duration of the session. These assigned addresses are used instead of the IP address assigned the FortiGate interface. Okay, IP pools are usually configured in the same range as the interface addresses. When you configure the IP pools that will be used for NAT, there are limitations that you must take into account. If the IP address in the IP pool are different from the IP address that are assigned to the interface, communication based on those IP addresses may fail. And you can see here fixed port range and port block allocation types are more common carrier grade NAT CGN deployments. Carrier grade NAT CGN, also known as large scale NAT. That means it's network address translation. That means NAT technology used by the internet service providers to manage IP version 4 addresses exhaustion. It allows multiple customers to share a single public IP for addresses by mapping multiple private addresses to the single public IP addresses. The mechanism is it works by translating the private IP addresses used within the ISP's network to public IP addresses. It keeps tracks of the translation in mapping table. Ensure that the response to requests are correctly routed back to the originating private IP addresses. Okay. When you log into the FortiGate, you should come to policy and object, then select IP pools. When you select IP pools, you can see here create new dynamic IP pool option. You can select the type, what type of IP pool you want to configure. There are 4 options available: overload, one-to-one, fixed port range, and port block allocation. The question is asking which type are useful for carrier grade deployment. Okay, let's go back to the question and find out the correct answer. Answer A, port block allocation. Yes, this one correct. Answer B, fixed port range. This one also correct. Answer C, one-to-one. And answer D, overload. This one incorrect. For this question, the correct answer is fixed port range and port block allocation. Okay, let's go to the next question. What must you configure to enable proxy-based TCP session failover? Answer A, you must configure HA configuration SIG under configuration system HA. Answer B, you do not need to configure anything because all TCP sessions are automatically failover. Answer C, you must configure session pickup enable under config system HA. Answer D, you must configure session pickup connectionless enable under configure system HA. Okay, let's go to the FortiGate 7.4 Administrator Study Guide, page number 426. You can see here failover protection information. You can see here enable session synchronization for seamless session failover. And there are multiple events that might trigger an HA failover, such as hardware or software failure on the primary FortiGate, an issue on the FortiGate interface, the primary or the administrator trigger failover. When the failover occurs, an event log generated. Optionally, you can configure the device to also generate SNMP traps or alert emails. You can see here, make sure that you enable session pickup for session you want to protect from the failover event. This way the new primary can resume the traffic for these sessions. For further explanation, when you set up high availability, that means HA on your FortiGate firewall, you are essentially configured 2 or more firewalls to work together as a single unit to provide continued network service even if one firewall fails. This ensures that your network remains protected and operational at all times. The session pickup is a feature in the FortiGate firewall that ensures that ongoing sessions like video call or file download are not interrupted when these are failover from one firewall to another in the HA setup. Hope you can understand clearly what is this option in the FortiGate. Okay, let's log into the FortiGate and understand how to configure session pickup on the FortiGate. After you log into the FortiGate, open the CLI console, type config system HA command, then you can type set session pickup enable command. Default method is disable. You can enable by typing this command. Okay, when you go to the GUI section under the system, then come to HA setting. Still not configure the HA configuration on this firewall. It's showing mode is standalone. You can select active passive mode. Then you can configure all the settings related to HA. Then you can see here session pickup option. At the moment it's turned off. You can enable by clicking this icon. In here you can configure monitored interface as well as heartbeat interfaces. When you enable this, that ongoing sessions are not interrupted when there is a failover from one firewall to another in the HA setup. Okay, let's go back to the question and find out the correct answer for this question. Answer A. You must configure HA configuration sync under configure system HA. No, this answer is incorrect. Answer B. You do not need to configure anything because all TCP sessions are automatically failed over. No, this one also incorrect. Answer C. You must configure session pickup enable under configure system HA. Yes, this answer we can select as a correct answer. Let's check the answer D. You must configure session pickup connectionless enable under config system HA. No, this one also incorrect. The correct answer is answer C. You must configure session pickup enable under configure system HA. Okay, let's go to the next question. A network administrator wants to set up redundant IPsec VPN tunnels on FortiGate by using two IPsec VPN tunnel and static route. All traffic must be routed through the primary tunnel. When the both tunnels are up, the secondary tunnel must be used only if the primary tunnel goes down. In addition, FortiGate should be able to detect a dead tunnel to speed up tunnel failover. Which two key configuration changes must the administrator make on FortiGate to meet the requirement? That means the administrator wants to configure two IPsec tunnels towards same destination, then one tunnel for primary, other tunnel for secondary purpose. If the primary tunnel goes down, secondary tunnel should be activated and pass in the traffic through secondary tunnel. Okay. The question is asking what configuration changes must administrator to make FortiGate to meet this requirement? Answer A. Configure higher distance on the static route for the primary tunnel and lower distance on the static route for the secondary tunnel. Answer B. Configure lower distance on the static route for the primary tunnel and higher distance on the static route for the secondary tunnel. Answer C. Enable auto negotiate and auto key keep alive on the phase 2 configuration on both tunnels. Answer D. Enable dead peer detection. Okay, for this question you have to select two answers. Let's find out the correct answer for this question. Okay, you can see here in the FortiGate firewall, I have configured two IPsec tunnels toward to the same destination. And when you come to the static routing section, I have configured two static routes towards the same destination but different tunnel, primary and secondary. But the destination is same. In this type of scenario, you have to select what is the primary tunnel and you have to reduce distance for the primary tunnel. Default value is 10. You can see here administrative distance is used to determine the cost of the route. And the smaller distance are considered as a better route that should be used when multiple paths exist to the same destination. That means when you reduce the distance, it's selected as a best route. Okay. I am reduce distance to 5 for primary tunnel and keep 10 distance for secondary tunnels. Now the routing section will select AD value is 5 route for the primary tunnel. Now routing section is over. Let's move to the other configuration. Before the configuration, I am opening FortiGate 7.4 administrator guide page number 317. You can see here dead peer detection configuration. Okay, let's understand what is dead peer detection. You can see here when you enable DPD, that means dead peer detection, probes are sent to detect failed or dead tunnels and bring it down before it's IPsec SA expired. This failure detection mechanism is very useful when you have redundant paths to the same destination and you want to fail over the backup connection when primary connection fails to keep the connectivity between the site is up. FortiGate support 3 DPD mode: on demand, on idle, disable. On demand means FortiGate send DPD props if there is only outbound traffic through the tunnel but no inbound, because network applications are usually bidirectional. Observing only traffic on the outbound direction could be an indicate of the network failure. On idle means FortiGate send DPD probes when no traffic is observed in the tunnel. On demand means FortiGate send DPD probe if there is only inbound traffic through the tunnel. Hope you can understand difference between on demand and on idle. Okay, let's go back to the FortiGate. Select the IPsec tunnel. In the GUI, you can see here DPD configuration. I have select to on demand and DPD retry count is 3 and DPD retry interval is 20 seconds. Okay, the configuration is done. Let's go back to the question and find out the correct answer as we have done in the configuration. Answer A: configure higher distance on the static route for the primary tunnel. No, this one is incorrect because you have to select primary tunnel, you have to select lower distance for the static route. So answer A is incorrect. Answer B: configure lower distance on the static route for the primary tunnel and higher distance on the static route for the secondary tunnel. Yes, this answer is correct. Answer C: enable auto negotiate and auto keep live on the phase 2 configuration for both tunnels. No, this one is incorrect. Answer D: enable dead peer detection. Yes, this one is correct. So correct answer is answer B and answer D. Okay, let's go to the next question. A network administrator is configuring a new IPsec tunnel on FortiGate. The remote peer address is dynamic. In addition, the remote peer does not support a dynamic DNS update service. Which type of remote gateway should the administrator configure on FortiGate for the new IPsec VPN tunnels to work? Answer A: pre-shared key. Answer B: dial-up user. Answer D: dynamic DNS. Answer D: static IP address. Okay, let's find out the correct answer. Okay, let's open FortiGate 7.4 Administrator Study Guide, page number 313. You can see here Phase 1 Network Remote Gateway details in the IPsec. And you can see here you have 3 options when configuring the remote gateway type of your VPN. First one dial-up user, second one is static IP address, and third one dynamic dynamic DNS. Use dial-up user when your remote peer address is unknown. The remote peer whose IP address is unknown act as a dial-up client, and this often in this case branch, office and mobile VPN client that use dynamic IP addresses and no dynamic DNS. The dial-up client must know the IP address of the FQDN of the remote gateway, which acts as the dial-up server. Because dial-up server doesn't know the remote peer addresses, only the dial-up client can initiate the VPN tunnel. That means remote end FortiGate or any other device doesn't have a static IP address. They doesn't purchase any static IP address. When they configure the IPsec VPN tunnels, the IP address can change each time they connect. For this type of scenario, we can configure IPsec tunnel remote gateway as a dial-up user. When you select the IPsec tunnel. You can come to the VPN section and come to IPsec tunnel and select the IPsec tunnels you have configured, or you can configure new IPsec tunnels here. Under this, you can select remote gateway option. There are 3 options available. First one, static IP address, that means remote in public IP or static IP address. Second one, dial-up user, that means if we doesn't know the remote in static IP address, we have to select dial-up user option. And another thing need to mention that in the FortiGate 7.4 administrator study guide, page number 328, you can see here the routing configuration need for your IPsec VPN depends on the type of remote gateway configured. When you set the remote gateway to dial-up user and enable add route, FortiGate automatically adds a static route for the local network presented by the remote peer during phase 2 negotiation. In addition to this, route is added to the routing table only after phase 2 is up. In the static route is removed from the routing table in phase 2 goes down. That means after phase 2 goes down, the static routes removed from the routing table. Okay, let's go back to the question and find out the correct answer. Let's read the question again. The network administrator is configuring new IPsec VPN tunnels on FortiGate. The remote peer IP address is dynamic. That means it's not a static IP address. In addition, the remote peer does not support dynamic DNS update service. Which type of remote gateway should administrator configure on FortiGate for the new IPsec VPN tunnels to work? Answer A, pre-shared key. No, this one is incorrect. Answer B, dial-up user. Yes, this is correct. Answer C, dynamic DNS. No, this one is incorrect. Answer D, static IP address. No, answer D also incorrect. Answer B, dial-up user we can select as a correct answer. Okay guys, that's all for today. Thank you all for attending today's class at 591 Lab. We hope you found the material informative and helpful. Remember, practice is critical to mastering any new skill. So review the course content and keep practicing with the 591 Lab help and support. If you have any question or concern, please don't hesitate to contact us. We appreciate your participation and look forward to see you in our future classes. Have a great day.